Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. I had assurance. I'm not going to go through that many names because some people get really irritated. So I'm not going to do as much. Ron and Conditional of Taro, thank you for your help. And chat monitors. Okay, I predicted that the lady from Tennessee, I don't know her name, okay? But the first time I predicted she was going to win, but hear me out. The very first time was on the other channel, someone asked me who was going to win. I'm like, where? And they told me it was, there was a special election in Tennessee 7. And I said, Democrats have the win, at their backs. And but I told them I didn't know. It's on video. I said I did not know anything about it. The point I'm trying to make is when things like that happens, it's because although she lost last night, but that area is going to turn blue. Because I couldn't picture who was going to win. Then I don't change my mind. I know some of you asked me, 2 people from here asked me that too. I answered the same way. It's not that after that I found out from the news that the Republican gentleman, I don't know his name, Epps, it just flashed in front of me as I'm saying this, was 2 points ahead of her. I could have changed my mind, but I stayed with what I got intuitively because, and I said that to those who attend my intuitive trainings, that the first thing you get, don't change your mind, because although it may not be true or turn out to be true immediately, but it's coming. The reason why I'm saying this is because she might have lost last night, but Democrats are very excited. She came so close, within 8 points, okay? But it's because it's either that area is going to turn blue next year, because this is a special election, so I guess in 2026, they're going to have another election. That area is going to turn blue, and also the way they gerrymandered the whole thing. But intuitively, I feel that's why I got that the Democrat was going to win. That's what I said on the other channel. That was 2 or 3 Saturdays ago I said that. So I wanted to clarify that. And when I get something, I'm not going to change my mind because it has meaning. So that's what that means. And also that's the same thing that happened, was similar to what happened to Kim Kardashian when she asked, was she going to pass the bar? The psychic says, you're going to pass. But it's either, the psychic didn't say, probably didn't look if it was going to be the first time or the second time. And she didn't ask, is it going to be this time or next time? So it's similar in some ways. I wanted to explain that, but the other reason why I'm saying this, I did not know, well, I'm not an expert in election, how to do projections using data collected from elections like what happened last night. So Trump won that district by 22 points last year. And the Democrats, came within 8 percentage points of winning it. So 14 points. So they project that if you are not 14 or more points ahead, I hope I'm explaining this right because I figured it out this morning, okay? If you are not 14 or more points ahead, or you won a district by that much, chances are you're going to lose it. I did not know they do that either, but intuitively I feel that goes along with what I have been saying to you. I didn't give numbers. Remember, guys, I said, those of you who have been with me for a while, 6 or 7 years ago, I said a lot of people, Republicans in Congress right now, are going to lose their seats. That's what's coming. And according to the way I figured out how to do projections, why Democrats are so happy, Republicans are fretting, they are terrified. That's because of that projection. So please, if I'm wrong, that's the way I figured it out. Please let me know. Okay, but that area of Tennessee will turn blue, if not Tennessee itself, or Democrats can do very well in Tennessee, regardless of the gerrymandering, and also a lot of people, a lot of Republicans in Congress are going to lose their seats, and that's why we're seeing a lot of them retiring or leaving. In fact, one of them, I don't know if I mentioned it Monday, made his mind up over Thanksgiving. Oh yes, I believe I mentioned it. Troy, I believe, from Texas. Troy Nair, that's his name. Is leaving to spend time with his family. And there are going to be more. And truly, that's what I feel. And remember, I told you guys, this thing is going to break up. The Republican Party is going to break up, and it's happening as we speak. The next reference is Trump. The next topic on my title, Trump is falling asleep yesterday in that meeting. Like I said before, and I believe some of you, I don't remember if you said anything. I think somebody said something when I made that reference. When I said that, it feels like to me beyond a couple of hours, he crashes. And according to experts, it's symptom of heart issues, among other things. And I don't know if you guys remember, I predicted this month or next month he's going to have a health scare. Okay. And also, it feels like to me intuitively, this condition, it's going to deteriorate more rapidly. The deterioration will accelerate. That's what I'm trying to say. He's going to go downhill faster, it feels like to me, for some reason. Well, given the stress that he's under right now, with everything that's going on and all those things, well, the Epstein situation really is threatening his presidency. I don't believe he has immunity for that. And according to what I hear, I just read because I look for it. The war crime, if the international community picks it up, I believe ICC, it can complicate life for him, although according to a news report this morning, I heard it on MSNBC, they may not be able to do much to him. But if they charge him or something like that, it can make it difficult for him to travel abroad. That's another thing. And the economy is not going well, and he's not going to be able to fix all those things. And believe it or not, he's not planning on leaving the White House. And Miller, Vaught, and company convinced him anything that people try to do, regardless of they impeach him or something or anything, they're not going to leave. That's the way I am getting Miller and company. So expect, and I would be shocked, guys, this is what I feel is more likely. It's for him to be impeached. If, like I said, I can confuse time, okay? It depends on what comes first. If his illness gets really bad, which I feel is a very good possibility. I said that before. It seems like this period between now and January is going to be critical. Let's see what happens. Okay. If he doesn't go downhill fast and they have to do something, I don't know, 25th Amendment or something, intuitively I feel he survives for some, since he's lucky. I don't know about, yeah, well, we'll see. Impeachment, I feel, is what's going to remove him. Because with this war crime thing that's going on and the pressure, Republicans, Democrats as well, Democrats have been trying to apply pressure, but since they are not in power, it's meaningless to him. They basically ignore Democrats. Good luck to him. Let him continue doing it. But right now, Republicans are basically, they grab the mantle of the war crime. They are having some kind of meeting this morning going over the data, the information, I should say, for what happened in the Caribbean. And intuitively, I feel they're going to find that Exit was responsible. He gave the order. I'm sure all of you know that, but intuitively I'm getting it, so I'm repeating it. And they are trying to blame the admiral. I don't think it's going to work. He's going to be in trouble. I don't know how that works, probably court-martial or whatever it is. But that's what Exit is trying to do. But all those things are causing major stress for Trump. And it feels like, to me, that can cause the downhill situation that, health-wise, that I've been getting. But I don't know. It feels like to me at this point, if he doesn't suffer a major health setback, impeachment is what's going to remove him. But when I focus on them, what I keep getting is digging hills. They're going to do everything they can to stay in power. Republicans are not going to support them. That's probably what's going to cause, when I say Republicans, mostly in the Senate and the House, I mean, they're going to join with Democrats to get rid of him. A lot of them are tired of him. His shenanigans. Every time they turn around, he's doing something that makes them unhappy, and they have to go out and defend. The MAGAs are happy to do it. The rest of the Republicans are not into this. So I feel his health is going to continue to deteriorate. But if he doesn't leave the presidency because he's ill, it's going to be impeachment. That's my prediction. When it comes to the military, since Vance, Miller, Vought, and all those people, like I said, they convinced Trump you have to dig your heels in. But if he has medical issues and he leaves, they're going to end up with Vance. Vance, I don't think there is much love from Vance to these guys, but they're going to try to continue some of the shenanigans that Trump has been pulling, and that's where major fights are going to ensue. But they can still do a lot of damage until they're either fired or whatever, however Vance decides to handle that situation. Chances are there's going to be a change in cabinet members. But until that happens, those guys are going to continue to cause a lot of damage. And they probably, the worst is yet to come, because their thinking is there are certain policies they can put in place and hoping that Vince doesn't find out or things go haywire and they stay. For example, the way ICE is picking up people regardless, of who you are, whether you're a citizen or not. I'm just giving an example for that to continue, just so that it will make them happy. But I have news for them. I don't know how many of you heard Representative Garcia, what he said on, I believe he was on, he was on at 9 o'clock last night on MSNBC. I don't think it was O'Donnell. I can never remember the name of that lady. She was the spokesperson for Biden and Obama. No, Obama. She used to work in the White House when Obama was there. But he said he's going to be Trump, Stephen Miller, and Vought worst enemy. And I feel he'll do it. And my prediction is I wouldn't be surprised, even if it's not done right away. It may be after the presidential election, 2028. I'm not sure how this is going to work because Bundy is not going to do anything. It's going to be a different AG that's going to do it, unless Vance takes his foot off the accelerator or decide to. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't swipe Bundy as well, but chances are he made, since it's working for Trump, he's not going to do it exactly. He's not going to handle DOJ exactly the same way Trump as his law firm. He's not going to do it that way, but he may continue keeping control of what they do. So they may not go or indict Miller, Vought, and others. But intuitively, my prediction is the next administration, those guys will be indicted, and it's not only them. There are other things with the international community and what's going on right now, because remember, Stephen Miller is driving that boat shooting that's happening in the open seas. He's the one driving it. So he's open for bad things to happen to him, like going to prison. I feel Garcia and other Democrats are going to refer him for prosecution. And that it's not only him. Anyone in this administration who's behind the boat diplomacy thing, the way they are treating the American people, abusing people. He said that last night, and totally I feel he's going to keep his words. And he's going to create a lot of problems for this administration. That's my prediction. While they last, and then after that, that's the way I am getting it. I hope I'm making it clear. That's the way I'm getting it intuitively. Will it happen exactly the same way? It may not. But what I can guarantee you is he's going to make sure that a thorough investigation is done. Who was behind what? Yes, I know Trump is the principal. The buck should stop with him, but he, as you know, I'm not responsible for anything that goes wrong. But Stephen Miller and Vought, since they are the one driving the train behind the scenes, among others, they are not the only one. I don't know who the others are, but it feels like to me there are more than two people. There are going to be consequences. That's my prediction. But when it comes to the military, the way they are trying to shift responsibility for what's happening to that general is creating more distance between the military and the executive. They were unhappy before. It's worse now, it feels like to me. So the notion of Trump unleashing the military on us, good luck. I said it before, but I keep getting it's the relationship between the executive and the military. I keep seeing the deterioration is continuing. That's why I'm bringing it up. Yes, they ask him to deploy. They'll deploy. If I'm not seeing them, and to be honest with you guys, I'm not seeing our military on the streets. It may happen. I'm not saying it won't happen, but I'm not seeing them on the streets intuitively. But if that were to change, I don't feel they're going to carry out Trump's orders to fire on us. They won't do it. I've felt it before from the beginning. I've told you there have been news snippets with reference to that, how unhappy they are. What Democrats did last week is because they had a hint of what's unfolding this week. The military, since they know it's not there, being deployed on our soil at home is not that thing. Now they feel more dedicated to their mission, which is to defend the country against enemies external, not the American people, because we are not their enemies. They won't carry out those orders from Trump or anybody in his administration. And if Vance, and you know something? Even if Vance wanted to carry out or continue the same way Trump is, some of the stuff that Trump wants to do, they won't listen to him either. But I feel he's going to take a different approach. It may not be completely different, but I feel Vance would take a different approach. Do you guys remember I mentioned an island a while back? You may not remember because I don't think it, I'm not quite sure why I mentioned it. I think I know why I was mentioning it is because I don't think I mentioned it in here, but that's part of the GOP hope. There is an island of Uruguay, the former president who just got released from prison this morning. There is an island that's owned by Peter Thiel and company, those oligarchs, and it's like a prototype of how they want to change of our country. So they are governing that island. I don't know how. They probably each one of them co-owners of that island. They have an area dedicated to them, people working for them, doing whatever. Okay, so it's a prototype of what they want to do in this country, how they want to change our form of government. That's what they are doing. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because that former Honduran president, people are asking, and it resonated with me. That's why I'm mentioning it to you. They are behind this pardon that Trump gave him. Intuitively, I feel those people are desperate. And we know politicians love money. And I mean, I love money too, but I'm not going to sell my country for a couple of dollars. Not happening. But those guys, look at the way they are comporting themselves. But the point I'm trying to make is they know how to manipulate a lot of those Republicans when it comes to money. And as we know, Thiel basically is put Vance where he is at. They are not going to relent until Democrats starts going after them. I didn't mention GOP by name, but as we know, I'm using Republicans as opposed to GOP, that's what I should say. A lot of them are still hoping. Mike Johnson is one of them. they can impose that Christian nationalism in this country. And I've mentioned this before. They have groups that meet weekly or however frequent they meet, I don't know exactly, discussing the status of their movement, meaning how well Project 2025 is doing, how far they've gotten, what are they going to do to impose whatever they have left of it on the rest of the country. They have not given up. They know they're failing, but they are not going to walk away until they are forced to. That's the way I'm getting them. That's what I'm calling, that's why I call it GOP's hope. I should call it something else. Sometimes I put stuff up there that don't really define clearly what I talk about in the videos, but I feel they are going to try to continue, GOP that is. I feel they're going to fail. They know they are failing already because, like I believe Rachel Maddow said that Monday night. She said, or was it Monday night or yesterday afternoon? And Deadline White House, she said Trump's plans are failing because the people have turned against them, among other things that are not working. And intuitively, I agree with her. And that's another thing that's going to work against Republicans' plans. Americans are not happy. They are not willing to go along with this Project 2025 or Christian nationalist government or what Peter Thiel and company are selling. And totally, I don't feel it's going to. In fact, it's going to die with MAGA because the reason why I'm saying this as I'm speaking, I'm seeing the Senate. Republican senators, they're going along with the Trump agenda, since that's what part of the Trump agenda. They're not going to stand against it. But once Trump is gone, they're not going to help Vance continuing with the Project 2025 stuff and a lot of the Trump policies, because Vance does not have the popularity with the base. He's not as popular with the base as Trump was with the MAGA movement. That's my prediction. So all those things, Republicans are going to continue to push forward. And believe me, Miller and Vought, among others, they are dedicated to imposing their will and the policies on the rest of us. And I'll tell you, if you look at Miller's wife, a couple of times I've seen her on TV, on talk shows. These people are crazy. I don't think they are well upstairs. Something is wrong. And I've said that a long time ago. These people are not going to go quietly. Now, prison or something else, or they leave the country. I wouldn't be surprised if Miller does that. I wouldn't be surprised, because he's terrified right now, but he's going to continue pushing forward, hoping that they'll win. I don't think that's going to happen. That's my prediction. Okay. I'm sorry. Christopher McQuacken says, there is no way they will get all of us on board with that. I agree with you. Well, they were hoping they would be able to sneak it in. Thank God for us. It's not happening. Patricia Everson says, Miller's wife is a wackadoodle. Oh my God, yes, she's absolutely needs medication. Do you know what annoys me with her? Well, maybe I don't know if you guys have seen her more than maybe you guys have seen her on TV more than I have, but I've only seen her twice on TV on those talk shows. One, that English guy, she was having a discussion with someone else, and the other day on CNN, and she was saying the same thing. She was using her Jewish ancestry as a shield. I am a Jew, you know. I have 2 kids. You want to go there discussing something? I don't remember what it was. But she was using that as a shield. I'm like, this is, well, I think it's so dumb. So she's not, I don't, Piers Morgan, thank you very much, Peter Morera. Yep, Piers Morgan, that's the show she was on. Oh my God. Yeah, and if you can imagine, Stephen is worse. Okay. John Sanchez says, Milo, what's going to happen to SNAP and Democratic states? Trump said he's not giving them any if they don't give up information. He's being sued or will be sued. I wouldn't worry about that. It's not his money. So yes, there may be hiccups along the way, but just like, so far he has lost all those cases, the cases where he basically declared, well, I'm not going to give you anything. It's not his money. It's our tax money. So, and intuitively I feel like saying, you guys, and that's what's giving me, that's one thing that's giving me strength, because okay, 2 things are in my mind. I'm trying to figure out which one to go with first. He's getting weaker every day as far as his influence in government and with his base and health-wise. Every day that goes by, he's getting weaker. And the other thing is, me too. I mean, I don't know how many of you saw that open, whatever it is, it was, meeting he was having with his cabinet yesterday. I got a bit depressed. That usually doesn't happen to me. But when you hear, I used to hold president of this country in such high esteem. I don't agree with all of them. You know what I mean? I have my favorites, Obama, Clinton, and others. Even, Nixon, I did not know much, but I liked Nixon because Nixon visited Haiti when he was president of this country. So I liked him for that, But a president of this country, basically, the way he attacked Ilhan Omar yesterday, that's not what American presidents do. So, but what got me back to my good senses, as I was sitting here, because I was waiting, in fact, I was going to talk to to Raven, who's helping me write my book. So just in case if you guys are looking for someone to help you write your book, I might as well segue into that. Raven is available, and I'll put her email address below. But, as I was sitting here thinking and getting a bit depressed, I'm like, this is not what America and Americans stand for. But I remember he was falling asleep. His health is deteriorating. His influence, my guys are abandoning him. The Republican Party is breaking apart. Okay? I'm like, this is not going to work. So I'm like, yes, you know what? I have to go along with the shenanigan for now. It can't last. And going forward, whatever condition he has, I've said it a while back, I feel it is hard. Okay, so in circulation. It's going to accelerate and get worse. There's no reason for me to even worry about him. And the pressure that's on him right now, he's terrified. He thinks he's king. He doesn't want to leave the White House. Yeah. He wants to stay there for life. He's not saying anything. But him and his family, trust me, they will do anything and everything. Even if he's impeached to try to boot him out, he's not going to want to go. Watch. But chances are, impeachment is what's going to remove him, but since I can confuse time, the illness may take him out first. Whether, he may not die. I'm not saying he's going to die. I don't know when he's going to die, because some of you are complaining that all Psaki keeps saying he's going to die. I have no idea when he's going to die. We're all going to die. I have no clue when he's going to go. So, but all I know, don't get depressed. But it got me depressed yesterday. The state of our country, the way this guy was referring to Ilhan Omar, and I don't remember where she's from right now, but you guys, not that it's necessary, but to everyone who lives in Minnesota from her country, okay, it's a sad thing. So, but don't let him get to you. Things are not looking good for him. So hang in there. Okay. You know what, my friends? I think I should share that with you. I have a client and friend. She because I've been reading for her. Oh my God, at least 20 years now. I haven't seen her in months because I'm here in Jersey, and I usually used to see her at the ARE Center in New York City. She was born in Haiti. She's a former military. She was on the Army. Her daughter is serving in the Air Force right now. And when was that? Sunday evening, I'm always, when I'm not doing anything, I'm on YouTube listening to, news and do research for this or whatever. I love to watch cats doing funny things, among other channels that I watch. But anything that I see about New Jersey always catch my attention. And guess what? It says fire in Orange, New Jersey, killed 2 women, or caused the death of 2 women. And the thumbnail, at first I couldn't believe it. I read it really fast and I look at the thumbnail. I saw somebody that resembles her, because sometimes you see something, you read it faster than you can look at the pictures. That's what happened. I flipped to another screen and I went back. It's my friend, my client. Her father, the last time I spoke to her was probably about 9 months ago or something. Her father has Alzheimer's. And for some reason, they didn't say in the news what caused the fire. They thought he was inside the house. So her and her sister, I guess they both ran inside to help their father get out. They never got out. The father, it seems that, I don't know, in the news they didn't explain, somehow he was able to get out. And they both perished. And the fire, her name is Francia Fleury, Fleury. It happens I believe in Orange, New Jersey. That's where we spoke, I remember when she bought that house a number of years ago. Okay? But life is so fragile. I don't even think she's 50 yet. She's a very nice person, treats me very, very nice, respectful. I met her sisters, and she's gone. I was shocked when I saw the thumbnail. Not the way to see things like that, But please, those of you who do pray, include her name, Francia Fleury, in your prayers. I would appreciate it. She was a very nice lady, very respectful, and she served our country too. So, having said that, thank you everyone for spending time with me. Thank you, Chat Managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilo.com, or feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel, please subscribe, and also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. Again, thank you, Chat Managers. Thank you everyone for your support. I will see you tomorrow, same time. Till then, bye.